do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Present to everyone. All right. Let's get this out the way. Let's go to the chat and let's do this. Go to the chat. Let's do this. What's going on, guys? YouTube world. What's up? Riley Keenan, Starboy, what up, man? Yo, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but the lineup change that I'm about to present to you guys is so. It looks like I'm trying to take down a tournament, right? But it sticks within my system to a T. So I am very, very excited about this lineup tonight. I am so excited. As a matter of fact, I was trying to enter some contests and it was difficult for me because, well, not that it was difficult, but there's no good contest tonight. I don't know if I did it too late. I was waiting for news. I'm the type of person I gotta feel good about the slate before I start entering contests, because some nights I enter a bunch of contests, then when it's time for lock, I realize like I'm not feeling this slate, and then I'm stuck playing all that money. So today I kind of waited a little bit. So about 4 o'clock I went to enter some contests, and the contests are kind of weak tonight, man. Nothing over 12, not even 12, nothing over $5. So what I did was I entered a bunch of quadruple ups and triple ups and stuff that I don't normally do. So it might be a low profiting night, but this lineup that I'm gonna present to you, I'm waiting till I get to 30 watches, because that seems to be around my frequent little group that comes by and enjoy my show. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna socialize and see what you guys talking about. What up, bro? We live. Riley Keenan, shout out to you, man. You VIP. LOL, you saved me on Millsap. Mamba, if you part of the crew, you know we picked Millsap already and he burned us, man. Don't pick Millsap. His game is just weak to me, man. I don't see how on any given night I could feel confident and secure in a Millsap pick. So you're welcome. And everybody that got him, because he's going to be high owned, because he was one of the only decent power forwards on the slate. So he's going to be high owned, and you're going to win in the green tonight if you faded him on that early slate. I only entered, where's DraftKings? I only entered a free lineup for that early state, to be honest, just to try to see if I would have paid, and it sucks. I wasn't even feeling it. I'm at 130 with 144. That's not a good night. I only did the free one, the same one that I sent you guys, or I sent to Mamba, and that's it. I wasn't feeling it, so that's my take on that. First 300 club. Hey, Gabriel, tonight is a 300 club. I don't see how it's not, but I think it's gonna be a high scoring night. And to win the overall, you're gonna need like 400. But yeah, that's how I feel about tonight. That Jason Smith call was dope. Yo, Riley, man, if I say I'm not changing my lineup, and I stood so firm on that, and 2 minutes to go, I was itching like a crackhead. I'm like, yo, I gotta put Jason Smith in there. I've been waiting for Jason Smith to start for like 2 months now. Since that Nets game, I've been having my eye on him. And I keep my eye on certain players. Like Fareed is someone that I got my eye on for that price. Love Fareed tonight. He didn't make my final lineup, but I love Fareed tonight. You got to get your hand on some Fareed, man. The last game, 2 things happened. One, he was fresh off of an injury, so they kind of was going to watch his minutes. But the second thing is, it was a blowout. And for a guy that's banged up, you want to give him the extra rest on a blowout night. So they only ran him 19 minutes, and he put up 21 fantasy points. He didn't even sink ship. Tonight, I think he's going to get more minutes. And let's kind of look at Fareed for a little bit, right? So against this team, Fareed played 22 minutes and put up 30. It's a high-paced game. He's going to grab a lot of rebounds. He's a high-energy guy. He's like the power forward Russell Westbrook when it comes to energy. That's it. But I think if he gets a little more than just the 18, and in 18 he put up 21. That's over 5 times the value. So I think he gets in the upper 20s, and I think he goes off for like 40 tonight. He's not in my final lineup because of the uncertainty, but if you want to if you can, and if you want to stick to my original lineup, I think this one is still solid, because this is the lineup I made with Jason Smith, and he's starting. And I love everyone else. John Wall for 9,300. They're crazy. If you don't jump on that, you don't want to win money tonight. 9,300. I don't care. It's a back to back. He just did an article talking about he's not resting. He's against resting and all that crap. So I love that. Love Zaza against Milwaukee. He already had success against them in 16 minutes. He made value for his price. And I think he's going to get minutes in the 20s today. I think easily make value. So the original lineup is still in play. I'm not going to go with it because honestly, the reason I'm not going with it because I think I'm paying too much for LeBron James. I always say that and he goes off for like 60 points, but I'm not paying 1,100 for LeBron James today when I could do some other stuff. So when I get to 30 people in the room, I'm gonna go over my new lineup. But love Fareed today. And yeah, that Jason's Noompsy. What's Noompsy? What's Noompsy, Cordell? I don't know what Noompsy is, man. Hey Chris, you welcome. You gonna tomorrow you're gonna say thanks for yesterday again. I feel good about today. I think today we definitely in the green. Batum is a sneaky low owned spot. I had my eyes on Batum too, but even before he got hurt, he was up and down. And we could look at Batum for a little bit. Let's check out Batum. He's just not as consistent as I would prefer, but I think he's gonna do okay. In 2 games, 37 minutes, he's averaging 32 points. I don't want 32 tonight. I'll be upset. I need 40s from him, right? And before he went out, he'll get you 40 and then 30s, 40, 30s. So I mean, he won't sink your lineup, and he won't take you from green out of the green. I don't think so. But the fire that I got is just too good. I did consider Batum though. It's a good play. I've been following you the past 2 weeks. Thanks for all you're doing. Subscribe. Anoop, you're welcome. Keep following. Invite your friends, family, coworkers, the haters. Invite the enemies. Invite everybody because I want to see everybody win. Those that go against me, I go for them because that's just the type of person I am. I'm a spiritual guy. I don't know if you guys could tell that, but I'm very spiritual. I try to do what's right. I live right, eat right, and just do everything right in life, man. So that's just a little point. If you do things right, right will happen. In the early parts of my life, I did a lot of wrong things, guys. And I'm sorry to come off the topic of DFS, but I will for 2 seconds, man. I did a lot of wrong things in my life and it got me ahead, but then when it caught up to me, it put me back. It put me back further than it got me. So since I've been doing right and I got a little bit spiritual, you don't gotta I believe in God and I'm spiritual on that aspect. But when I say spiritual, I don't mean just on a religious level. I mean on a level that you kind of filter your soul, man. You live right, you eat right, you do things with a purpose. You feel like everything you do is for a reason and you just do unto others. The golden rule is the number one key in life. So I just took a couple minutes out of my live stream to share that message with you guys, man. So if anybody got a decision today that they're gonna make and it's bothering their conscience, do the right thing. All right? All right. That's my daily little spiel for you guys. Live right, man. You gotta live right. Thanks for the help. Good stuff. You're welcome, Edwin. In the contest, I entered Millsap over 40% owned. I'm in fifth right now. Of course, everybody want Millsap. Plumlee Plumlee and Fareed is a safe pair. I think they both hit value, and you can't go wrong. It's like paying what 10K for a player, which we do in like Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. So if you consider them one player, they're gonna both combine for over 50 minutes, and they both can hit value. I think pairing up Plumlee with Kenneth Fareed tonight will pay off, man. Pair those two together tonight. I think it's a good idea. Morris is not playing. Morris has been ruled out. Love Jason Smith tonight. Robin Lopez, I think is point chasing. I'm staying away from him. He's been having games giving us 12 and 13 points, Gabriel. And if you know my system of consistency, you want to leave Robin Lopez alone. Smith is a must play, of course. 3K. Who cares? Exactly. Even if he gets 12, he's 3K. And if the rest of your lineup is so strong, then you're okay. But I know he's going to do well again. He probably do better than last night because it's a better matchup for him. And he's a high energy guy. He's been out the rotation. He's trying to show these guys, like, listen, I'm nice. Playoff is coming. You guys are going to need me. Jason Smith, you definitely need, man. Yeah, Washington had on their Twitter. We at 30 people. Mamba waiting for that fire. Not chasing, but Lopez does have previous line against Gobert. That's chasing too, I think. Don't look You got to look at the history. Don't get me wrong, but it's still a bad matchup. Okay, for one, for two, the guy has not been consistent. So if he goes off for a good game, you kind of expecting a subpar game from him. So I'm just saying, man, be careful. VIP, what's good, man? So let me get into today's adjustment. The time is now. Batum, no. So this was the lineup that I made for my video last night, and the only reason I'm changing is because I feel like for LeBron James, I could get someone else in here that can probably give me a similar line, but a couple $1,000 cheaper, and can make me update at a couple spots, right? So I got rid of LeBron James, and I'm going with the super um, chalk player, chalk of a lifetime. I don't really like the chalk, but with no other small forwards on the team, I think he's gonna get a lot of run. Will Barton. Not only is he gonna get a lot of run, but in a blowout, he's on the floor. If it's not a blowout, he's on the floor. Fast paced game. I think there's a lot of rebound opportunities for him. I think as far as my system goes, he needs about 40. And since the injuries in the last two, he's been around 40. He got 50 side upside. We can't say 8 and 18 is what to expect from him because we know that he's going to get more than 20 in 16 minutes. So if we go back to when he got upper 20s, he's in the 30s. So I think his floor is safe, but the upside is so good that I have to put him in. So I went with Will Barton. I made the mistake the other day of not playing him, and I don't want to make that mistake twice like I did with Marvin Williams last week. I think certain things are just obvious and you got to do it, okay? So that's one change that I made. The second change that I made, I'm keeping Gobert. Um, I took out Zaza and I went Chris Paul. I'm having a hard time not playing Chris Paul tonight. So I super upgraded from Zaza to Chris Paul. Zaza, we know, is hit or miss. He can have a good game, but he's not going to get you into the 30s and whatnot. And Will Barton from LeBron James, I didn't think was a big thing. But now when I look at this lineup, it's so crazy, right? I got John Wall, Tony Allen. I love Tony Allen tonight. So the two cheap plays for tonight is Tony Allen. Oh, I don't think this was the lineup that I had. Oh, I did stick with Kenneth Fareed. So I stood firm on Kenneth Fareed. That's right. I love Fareed tonight. I think Fareed hits value. So the two iffy picks in my point of view is Jason Smith and Tony Allen. Jason Smith, I think, is a short thing for his price. Tony Allen, I think, he's almost the minimum. He's getting 30 minutes. All right. He's playing against a team that he's already had success. He fits my system. He needs about low 20s to hit value. And he's been low 20s consistently. So there's no reason for me not to keep Tony Allen. John Wall is too cheap for that price. He's going to get you around. Yesterday, John Wall did not shoot the ball well. He went 4 for 13 from the field. He still put up 50. When he does shoot the ball well, he'll still put up 50. It's very rare that look at this, 50, 50, 60, 50, 60. He does have some 30, but against Charlotte, he's had 50 in 2 games. He's averaging 50. On a back-to-back, people are saying that it's risky, and I agree. But he traveled from Washington, D.C. to Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't think that's a big deal. I like it, especially with no Markeith. I think people have to pick up the slack. And he likes to feed his bigs. So I think Wall and Jason Smith is a crazy pair tonight. I'm confident about it. I'm not going back on it. And this is my new lineup. John Wall, Tony Allen, Will Barton, Jason Smith, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Kenneth Fareed, Chris Paul. Now, Chris Paul also fits my system. He needs mid-40s. 3 out of the last 4 games, he's been in the mid-40s. He has some 50-point upside. He played them already. He was in the 40s. I don't see Chris Paul. I mean, his floor might be in the 30s, but if I get 30s from Chris Paul with the rest of this lineup, I think I'm safe tonight. I think I'm definitely in the money. I don't see any weakness in this lineup. I'm going to see how you guys feel about that. Zaza bet at same price on FanDuel. I am playing Smith, Robin Lopez, and Zaza in the same lineup. Any thoughts? The first thought is around those 3 players, you can put some heavy hitters that even if they don't hit value, they could still make so many points for you that you'll be okay. It's just that 3 iffy players like that, if they I mean, Smith is not. I don't consider Smith iffy. I'm confident in Smith, but he is minimal price, right? And he's like going to be like the fourth or fifth option on that team tonight. So we got to consider him iffy to a certain degree. Um, so him, Rob Lowe, I think that's just point chasing, but he's had success against Utah. People seem to like that. And Zaza, we know, had recent success against this team as well. Yes, but they're just not guaranteed. So out of those three players, if you get less than 20 each, that's 60 points with three players on your lineup. And all three of those players are liable to give you less than 20 points. So that's my thoughts. I think it's good. They all have good upside, and I think they're all in good places tonight, but it's just risky, and I'm just not a big risk player. I'm a one lineup player. Me too. I'm going one lineup tonight. Man, if I had Solomon Hill instead of Hollis Jefferson, I've had 600 extra bones right now. That's fantasy. Every night I could say that if I had this instead of that. Who the heck? I would never play Solomon Hill, and I hope that his ownership is up the next time that he plays. I hope people chase it because that would never happen again. All right. I think a lot of chalk value, but really can build a stud spur. All right, I just think the risk is low and it won't matter. No chance they rest Wall on the road. He was dealing with an ankle injury. I think their lineup situation is already out. If they were just like they announced Markeith, if they were resting Wall, they would have announced it. Will he be limited? I think so, but with Batum back, I think Charlotte is going to give them a good run for their money. And even if they try to rest them, they're going to need him if they get down. I just like Wall tonight. When I saw that price, I couldn't say no. And based on my system, I shouldn't say no. I follow a system that I stick to. John Wall is a 10K plus player. They got Kawhi Leonard for more than John. Let's look at this. This is so wrong, man. So John Wall is 93. Okay. They got Steph Curry, who's been struggling. Why did they drop John Wall's price? All right. And Kumpo, who lives in the 40s. All right. John Wall is averaging 50 on the season, more than all these guys. Jokic, whatever. LeBron and Harden, I understand. But John Wall is not a 9.3K player. If they keep him at that price, I'm going to run him up. And that's just how I feel. I'm not changing that. I love John Wall. Love Kaminsky tonight. Everybody's on Marvin Williams. And Kaminsky became a little chalk too because I've been in the chats and I've heard a lot of noise about Kaminsky, but I think he's in a good spot. If you saw my video last night when I spoke about Kaminsky, I highlighted that before the injury, before he got hurt, he was working his way up into the 7,000s, right? And then he went out for a couple weeks. He came back and had a bad game. When he came back, he was 6,400, had a bad game. Then he went to Indiana, had a decent game, 28 points, not the worst, but it was a blowout. So they continue to drop his price. I think he's back into the 30s today. I think he has some 40-point upside, but I think he's gonna settle out in the mid 30s in my judgment. And for his price, that's 6 times value, and I love Kaminsky for that. I think Kaminsky is a good play. Anyone know if Kyrie in or out is irrelevant to me because I hope he's in because Chris Paul will have a field day against him, but I don't know. There's no news on Kyrie yet. So I guess any minute now the news will come out. Antetokounmpo tonight, love it. 100% on. Make sure you lock Antetokounmpo in. Still no news. Yep, no news on So Conley, Batum, Hayward, Smith, Tristan Thompson. I would get rid of Tristan Thompson. He's going up against Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, Paul, LMA, and Gasol. That's solid, and it's very low owned. It's a lot of low ownership in that lineup. So if it does well, it can elevate you. But be careful with Tristan Thompson. I like everyone in that lineup but Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson is not what you want. Is Kenneth Faried playing tonight? I'm scared to play him when he's not. I think he's going to get more than 20 minutes. And if he gets 20 minutes, I think he hits value for that. This is the type of matchup for him. Kenneth Faried does not strive in slow matchups. He likes the fast ones. But let me just make sure that I'm speaking facts, right? Let's look at his log. Clippers, that was a weird game because so a point per minute against Brooklyn. Sacramento, 14 minutes, 10 minutes. He hasn't been getting minutes, but tonight I think he will. Milwaukee, he did well, 28, 28. So man, I love Kenneth Fareed tonight. I don't know. That's just one of the gut calls that I'm not going to change. And I'm not taking out Fareed. I love him. I advise you to play him. Um, I don't think he'll be out. I don't see how they can even consider him out because, I mean, so at small forward, they could run Barton. So let's look at Denver roster tonight and what they can and cannot do, right? So Denver, let me move all my Denver players so it makes sense. Love Mason Plumlee too. I'm not taking out Gobert for him though, but I like Mason Plumlee. If I was making two lineups, Mason Plumlee would be in the other one. Um, so Denver at the point guard they can run Jameer Nelson and Murray. At the two guard they can run Gary Harris and so-called Barton, right? Just to make it. At the three guard, they have nobody, so we can call it Juancho, and who's his backup, right? At the four guard, they can run Plumlee and Fareed. That's why I think Fareed has to play. In the five guard, Jokic and Hibbert. They're so short on players that they're gonna have to play Fareed, even if it's limited. And even if it's limited, I like Fareed tonight. I've been watching Fareed. I was hoping that he had a good night the last time, but tonight I think he's gonna. I don't get off of a player because they didn't have the night that I expected. If I've been watching a player, his price is low, and I feel good about him, I'm gonna keep playing him until they raise his price. Like I did with Rubio when he was emerging, I stuck to Rubio every night, and then they raised his price, so I came off of him. But I just love Fareed tonight. I don't know. Butler's not a person I consider Georgia. I think Butler is very. He doesn't have a jump shot, in my opinion. He gets a lot of points when he drives. He can like create offense, right? So he'll get you some assists. Let's take a look. He'll get you some assists, maybe pull some rebounds, but from the field, I think he has to drive and get fouled. You know what I mean? Look at this: 4 for 16, 2 for 11. I have a personal thing against Jimmy Butler, but today he's not going to be able to get to the rim like he can against Washington because Gobert is in there. So he's going to have to shoot to get his points tonight. And Jimmy Butler, if you look at teams with good centers that can hold down the fort, he's going to struggle. Like Memphis, Gasol was in there. He had to shoot, right? Boston, he should have got to the line if he was smart, but he shot the ball and did poor. Who else? Detroit has a Drummond. I don't consider Drummond a defender. Clippers, I don't know. I just don't feel good about Jimmy Butler. I never roster him. He's never someone on any given night that you're gonna hear me, unless he's like $6,500. Then at that point, yes. But I don't like Jimmy Butler. I don't play him. I never advise anyone play him. He's too up and down for me. Can I make a lineup with the Greek Freak? I might just want, since you like him so much. I'm not even wasting my time on the Greek Freak. He's gonna get you 40 points. Jeffrey Hayward, what's going on? How much money you got on this lineup, bro? I got 9 entries, but not a lot of money. I would say like I didn't play the big tournaments. Like I normally play like two $20 tournaments, a $12 tournament, but they weren't available. If they were, I would have played it, but it wasn't available for me, so I didn't. So I don't have a lot of money on this one. I could show you if you want to see what I'm doing and which contests I'm in. So I'm in this dollar thing. Why not? You pay $1, you could win up to 500. So I'm in this dollar stuff. Then I'm in all the single entries, a couple 3 entry max, the 4 point, um, what they call themselves, shark. I'm in the shark pool. I always enter the shark pool because $25,000 I might. That's like a buying a scratch off. I buy the scratch off every night. Then I'm in a single entry dollar contest. Then I'm in a bunch of quintuple and triple ups and a couple top five, a $2 top five and a $5 top five. So what's this? 10, 17, 18, 19, and 7. $26 on this lineup tonight, man. That's it. No Greek Freak, guys. Leave Greek Freak alone, man. Leave the Greek Freak alone. Tonight is a night where you can get in the green by just being smart, you know. I don't love the slate, but I don't hate it. I just think it's gonna be so high scoring. There's so much. I think tonight's a game where all the games are gonna be high scoring. There's so much value. There's so much people I like, and I'm really only playing one lineup, so I had to go with who I like the most. And My lineup, I didn't compromise my system. Everybody's consistent with the 10 times value approach. John Wall is always in the 50s. We know he's averaging 51 in 10 games, so he's consistent. Tony Allen is consistent in the 20s. Will Barton in his role. Jason Smith. Rudy Gobert has been consistent in the 40s. 40. I mean, if I get mid 30s for 5 time value, I'll probably be upset, but I like this matchup for him against Chicago. Against Chicago, he's played. And this is an issue I had. Although I love Gobert and I've loved him since last night, I wanted to change him. The reason I didn't change him is because um, my lineup from last night was built on a game slate breakdown, and it was so with the system that I didn't want to go too far from it. But a good thing would be to take out Gobert. I'm not doing it. I'm just giving you an idea. Take out Gobert, throw Mason Plumlee in there. And then you definitely can't go wrong with Plumlee and Fareed stacked to each other. You know what I mean? And then go up from maybe like Tony Allen and put that Houston guy in. What's his name? I was looking at him earlier. Eric Gordon. Now Eric Gordon and Tony Allen could share similar floor, I think. But Eric Gordon has more upside. Eric Gordon can penetrate the 30s when he's hot. In one game, he played 23 minutes and had 30 points. So this was a thought. I was going to get rid of Gobert, put Plumlee and Gordon, but I love Gobert too much for that. I'm not doing that. I'm not changing up my lineup, going against my system. If I stick to a system, I'm going to be successful. 3 must plays besides Jason Smith. In my opinion, for tonight, John Wall for that price. Mike Conley. Now, I didn't budge from him because, for one, he fits my system perfect. He's in the 40s, 50s, 40s, 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 40s. So he fits my system for the 6 time value consistency. And he's going up against the Spurs. I guess he played 35 minutes and only had 33 fantasy points. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Mike Conley, but I think he's a must play. So Mike Conley, John Wall, and Kenneth Fareed. I'm big on Fareed, guys. I love Kenneth Fareed tonight. And hint, if I say I love a player, man, you should love him too. Love Fareed tonight, but another must play. There's players that I didn't play that I consider good must plays, and I'll go through some. Um, Jimmy Butler really for that price is not bad. I think he'd be in the 40s. He's all they got. So either they get blown out or Jimmy Butler carries them. So that's a good gamble to take. I just don't play Jimmy Butler personally. I never roster him. It's just a personal thing with that. Gordon Hayward, anytime, could be up and down, but I think this would be a good night for him against Chicago. But Butler plays good defense. I could give him credit for that. So be careful with Batum. Gasol's streaking, and he's going up against his brother, Paul Gasol. So if that's a narrative you want to follow, go ahead, go for it. Hate Middleton tonight. I'll stay away from Middleton tonight, guys. I've heard a couple people say they like Middleton, but I do not. All right. There's not a lot of must plays, to be honest. Another person that I like tonight that I want to share with you guys is Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza has slowly been getting back into his whatever. He's still not shooting the ball very well, but regardless, he's been in the 30s 2 out of the last 4 games. We know he has 40-point upside. His floor, I would say, is about 5 time value in the mid 20s. I mean, he can really shit the potty, but in 31 minutes, he gave us 41 points the last time he played this team. This is the type of matchup that he likes. Something within me. If I was making another lineup, I'll play Trevor Ariza, and that's a fact. I love Trevor Ariza tonight. I think he's gonna be lower owned than a lot of my players look chalky. Gobert, Conley, Chris Paul, John Wall. I can't believe I could fit Chris Paul, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert, John Wall into a lineup and still like it. I can't believe it. I'm so amazed by that right now. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, Butler is intriguing, man. I think Butler is is I don't know. I just don't like him. So I guess you can what do people think Iggy and Mirza? That's just Brian. You gotta do some work, man. That doesn't look good. You got Allen and Conley. That game has a low game total. I'm not worried about those numbers, man. I look at my system. Sometimes I use those numbers from Vegas and these spreadsheets. Sometimes, right? But a lot of times I don't. Exactly, it has a low total. So guess what? If I was to bet on that game, I'm betting the over tonight. Personally, how you gonna have a low game total when Kawhi Leonard's been going off? Kawhi Leonard is hot. Mark Gasol is hot. Conley is hot. Tony Allen is gonna hot. We got Vince Carter hot right now. Why is the game total low anyway in the first place? Some algorithm made it low. If I was you, I bet the over. That's my advice on that. I'm not worried about Vegas lines. I love Conley and I love Allen, and they're both in my lineup tonight. How you like Kemba tonight? He's inconsistent. He doesn't fit my system. He can get you 13 and then 43, 54 and then 29 for 8K. Honestly, for 8K, I'll go Jimmy Butler over Kemba Walker. I hate both of them, but if I had to choose one, I would say Jimmy Butler. I ain't leaving him alone. He the reason I doubled my buy-in last night. He saved me. So Greek Freak is a go against Warriors, who he always balls out against in his career. Gabriel been trying to get me to talk about Greek Freak. Play him at your best. Play him if you like him and your gut says. I say play him. Play Conley, Nick. If you don't have him, yeah, play Conley for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, you guys can look at these best games and match up. The fact is, he doesn't fit my system. The Greek Freak will give you 40s on any given night. If it's anybody you think should go off, it's Middleton, and I don't like either one of them. I think they cancel each other out. The Greek Freak did better, but without Middleton's help. But that's Middleton's team. All right, even last year and now, that's Middleton's team. I'm pretty sure if the game was tied and someone had to take the last shot, they're gonna give the ball to Chris Middleton. That's Middleton's team. So I don't even understand why everybody. Greek Freak is nice. He will be a good player, but he's in like his second or third NBA season. Give the guy some time to mature and become into a great player. Right now, it's not that serious. He's like Porzingis, you know. Porzingis price is right in the $6,000 and $7,000. You don't see them putting Porzingis all the way up. I guess Greek Freak's been doing better than Porzingis, but hey, I'm not messing with the Greek Freak, man. He's not consistent enough for me. The new Warriors without KD, who's gonna guard Giannis? All right, who guarded Giannis last night in LA? LA, who? Draymond and Randall is the same size. Zubac and Zaza, I guess I could say, are comparable. There's not a big difference. What do you mean? Who's gonna? I'm not talking about Greek Freak anymore. I would say fade him, and that's it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Yep, Butler is intrigued. I love Ingles. If you're gonna play Ingles, my advice is pair him up with Joe Johnson. For the price of them both, it's like having one player. Here, I'm gonna show you how I feel about Ingles right now. Let's go back to the setup, right? Because if Jason Smith, if Markeith Morris was gonna start tonight, I had a lineup prepared for that, and I paired up Ingles. Here, I'll show you guys. I was gonna do something like this. I was gonna do um Ingles. I think it was Ingles and Joe Johnson. It was Ingles and Joe Johnson, and then I stood firm on Fareed, and then I think what did I do different? I know I had a Ariza. I think I took no, it wasn't. I had a Ariza instead of Joe Johnson. Yep. But if you're gonna go Ingles, pair him up with Joe Johnson. And the reason I say that is, I'm a guy of strategy. So let's look at Ingles and Joe Johnson, right? If you pair them together, you can consider it one player with 40 for $8,400 that you need mid 40s from, right? And between the two of them, you're gonna get mid 40s. They both been averaging in the 20s for the last 3 games, and they both will be on the floor at the same time. And if you're gonna look at them as one player, one's getting minutes they both getting minutes about 30. So that's like having one player getting 60 minutes a game that can both make value for you. So Ingles and Joe Johnson is a good handcuff. That's one of those handcuff plays. that I like for tonight. Take DeAndre, fade Mirotic. I like Mirotic, and I like Cam. Mirotic fits my system to the T. Why would you fade Mirotic? Let's see. Mirotic, since the um since the players put Hoiberg in his place and said, listen, you gotta do us right. Mirotic been doing right. Those 3 games, 41, 27, 37. He only needs mid-20s, and that seems to be his floor as a starter. So in a starting lineup, he's crashing the boards, he's playing defense, he's getting assists, he's getting to the line a little bit. I don't see why you fade Mirotic tonight. I think Mirotic returns good value for you. Um, hey Gabriel, go for it. Who would you replace with Ariza? Forwards in the mid value gave me a hard time all day today. That's why I didn't even make an update video. I couldn't really get a forward in the mid price range. Let me check it out. Frank Kaminsky for sure. If not Ariza, I'm going Frank Kaminsky. Big Fly, Bana, no problem, Bana. I like Middleton. I like Middleton. I don't love Middleton. I like him. I think he can get you a safe floor. I don't think he'll hit value and crazy upside, but I think he has a safe floor. LeBron, my take on LeBron is he's gonna have a good game, but for 11K, I was able to distribute my lineup a little better. But you know I love LeBron. He was in my initial lineup from last night, so that's what I could say about LeBron. LeBron is LeBron. It's let me tell you, when it comes to fantasy, it's Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and LeBron James. You got to take all three. I'm gonna take a second of requests of you guys. If you like what I'm saying, if I've made you happy in the past, share your testimonies in the comment section of my videos so people can see that I know what I'm doing. And hit the thumbs up button on the bottom of the video so I can get those likes up. And if you don't like what I'm saying and I'm giving bad advice, hit the thumbs down button. I don't mind thumbs down at all. I just want to know that I'm getting some feedback. All right. So take the time out, give me some feedback. Subscribe to the channel. After you subscribe, hit the little bell. And whenever I put a video up or if I'm live, you're gonna get a ding in your email and you can come and hang out. Conley and Gasol is a good handcuff. I think Gasol against his brother might want to show out. It's just that for centers, I got better stuff that I like for today. Middleton or Hay? I would go Hayward over Middleton for the upside. Hayward can penetrate into the 40s. So I like Hayward over Middleton. But if you're trying to take down a tournament, go Hayward. If you're just trying to stay safe in the cash game and get 30 points and be good, 5-time value, I'll take Middleton. That's how I feel about that. Greek, they keep talking about a Greek Freak. I think Greek Freak can be an MVP once LeBron retires and Westbrook retires. I don't think next year. I think maybe in about like when he's around like 29 years old. Give him about another 6-7 years to really get good, put some weight on his body, get on a team that he can call his own and stuff like that. Come out of this next contract that he just got suckered into. He could have got way more money if he didn't take that extension, but whatever. What about a Cleveland and Clippers stack? That's not a bad idea. Who am I going to stack in that game? LeBron, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin is too inconsistent for me. And his game is kind of scary. When I watch him, his shot, I don't know. I just feel like all his shots are gonna miss, and then he got to drive to the hole, and like the way he plays just kind of worry me. I don't know. He's good because of his numbers, but when I watch him play, I mean, he's aggressive. He's athletic, but Blake Griffin scares me. He's another player that I try to avoid when it comes to fantasy. I think I'm gonna stick with 1.4K left over and feel sick. That's a lot of money. I would never do that. And that's how you get through a wedding quickly. Oh yeah, Gerald, how was the wedding? He said I gotta get to the live show. So Jason Smith is playing, Gerald. I don't know. Let me know if you got my updated lineup. If not, I'm gonna go over it in a couple minutes anyway. Let me just check on some news to make sure I'm not missing out on anything. Jody Meeks is playing. That means nothing to me. Thanks. You all good win yesterday with your lineup. You're all good. Thanks, Earl. I try to do what I gotta do. More. What about Etwan Moore last night? I was gonna take out backup point guard from Boston and play Etwan Moore. If I would have done that, I'd have probably been $100 richer right now. How about that Etwan Moore call? I just didn't want to change my lineup too much. I felt it, but I'm not upset because I stuck to what I believe in. But Etwan Moore did well last night for us, man. In your lineup, who would you sub out for Ariza? Kaminsky, Frank Kaminsky, Mamba. Clay. Clay is interesting. Let's look at Clay. Clay Thompson. Well, he's averaging 40 in the last 10, so that's enough for me to say yes. Because 40 tonight is around 6 times value. He's 40 consistently, and I think if his team want to continue winning, he has to do well. Um, his floor, I think, is safe for that price. Yes, I like Clay against Milwaukee. You got a decent 5 time value floor, get you some 6 times value. I like Clay. I'm not gonna roster Clay because it's Golden State, and I hate rostering Golden State. But I like Clay. I like Clay. I like Clay more than Greek Freak. I like Clay more than Middleton. So I like Clay tonight. Clay is good. Snell is a good defender. There's no defending that shot. Clay Thompson, in my opinion, is the best shooter in the NBA. The dude will just come off of a screen and just shoot. You can't defend that. And he'll pull down some rebounds. It goes more than just shooting and scoring. I think he'll pull down some rebounds. He can get you some peripherals as well. So we'll be chasing Middleton. So pass on Clay for me. I'm not playing Clay. So someone asked me about lineup. Let me just go over the lineup real quick because it's getting late and I don't want people to miss it. I want you guys to be successful tonight. It is no LeBron James. That's the original. John Wall, Tony Allen, Will Barton, Jason Smith, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Kenneth Faried, and Chris Paul. John Wall, Tony Allen, Will Barton, Jason Smith, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Kenneth Faried, and Chris Paul. That's my lineup tonight. You prefer Clay or DeAndre Jordan? I like them both. I like DeAndre and I like centers. For the most part, if you ask me about a center, I'm gonna say I like them. I like rostering center in this sport. Against Cleveland, DJ, it just depends. I think it depends on what's his name? Kevin Love's involvement. I would say Clay. Clay has a safer floor. I see some 20s for DeAndre Jordan. So if I had to pick one, I'm going to say Clay, actually. Clay Thompson is safer pick. DeAndre Jordan, more upside. So it depends if you're trying to take down a tournament or keep afloat in a cash game. Jordan for the taking down tournament. Clay for the safe upside cash. Wall, Barton, Ariza, Smith, Plumlee, Batum, Faried, and Paul. Mamba, that's great. That's a great lineup. Love it. There's no one that I hate. I think Ariza is going to break out tonight in the 40s. He may not, but that's just what I feel. I feel like Ariza is going to have a good game. I don't feel it good enough to do it in my lineup, but I think Ariza is in a good spot. I love Plumlee handcuffed to Faried. I think that's a good thing to do. Barton, he's in my lineup, so I like him. There's nobody that I hate. I think that's a real good lineup, Mom, but you got it with that one. Best shooter take with Clay. I can tell you a good basketball mind. Yep, I like Clay. No LeBron. Nah, not for that price, Lavish. I had to back off of LeBron for that price. The price intimidated me. I'm being honest. All right. I only got 19 feedback, guys. Even if it's not a thumbs up, give me either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But let me get some feedback on the bottom of the video. 64 people in the room, only 19 feedback. Let me get some thumbs up or some thumbs down. Thanks, DFS. That's my second lineup. That's a good one. You sure about Gobert? How can I not be? Let's talk about my system, right? My system asks for consistency. He's averaging 6 times value at 40.8 for that price. A little under 6, but close enough, right? He has 53 side upside. Yes, he can settle into the mid-30s, but a 5 times floor, Doesn't really scare me. It's guys that have floors that's like in the 20s that scare me. He did show a couple 20-point games, but I don't think he'll get there tonight. And then in his history against this team, he already dropped a 40 bomb. I think he gets a double double. I definitely know he's gonna get some blocks because Jimmy Butler is gonna try to force the issue with some layups. He's gonna toss those out of bounds. I'm not bulging on Gobert. I liked him since last night. I still like him now, and I'm firm. I'm firm on Gobert. Christopher, dope lineup. Yeah, that's what I said too. When it has so much upside and it sticks within my system, so that's when I realized, like, yo, it's a good lineup. It took him 40 minutes to get to 40. I agree, but I'm not changing him. I like him. I like him a lot. Gerald, I am not more important than your reception. You need to put your clothes back on and go to that wedding, man. He said the wedding was. I am not more important. Now the money that you can make with my advice, yeah, that might be depending on whose wedding it was. But you don't think Kawhi will be holding down Conley? He even I don't think so. Why would they put Kawhi on Conley? And then if that's the case, I got Tony Allen cuffed to Conley anyway, so that'll just make Tony Allen even a better play. But I don't think so though. I don't think they're gonna have him on. And if they do, it won't be until the fourth quarter after Conley already did his damage and they realize like we need this guy to be contained. But Conley's a guy he's not really a scorer. You know what I mean? He'll get you some assists. He'll pull out some rebounds. He got some peripheral stuff going on. I feel good about Conley at home playing well right now. I'm not changing that. I feel like Clay will be featured tonight, but DeAndre can smash Kevin Love if he's on. All right, that's a good call, I guess. Thoughts on CP3 Reddick? I don't roster people like Reddick, man. Reddick will have to be like minimal price for me to roster him. He needs mid to upper 20s, okay? He just did that once. Don't chase that. He's gonna get you like low 19, low 20s. And is Shumpert back? Oh. So J.R. Smith on him, he should have a field day. But J.R. Smith been playing better defense too. I can't sleep on J.R. Smith. LeBron got J.R. Smith playing defense. Carmelo couldn't do that. Yeah, I think we're in the 300 club tonight with this lineup. Let's get it tonight. Last night was on point. You got it, Tim. I see Tim in the Lodo chat talking a lot of sense, a lot of nights, man. I like Tim. Tim is an analytic guy too. I love Tim. Love your lineup. It's fire. Thanks, Edwin. I think it's fire. I like it too. First time on live show. I like it. Keep up the good advice. I will be using the lineup tonight and will report good or bad on Sunday. Yeah, if you lost money because of me, thumbs down. I would do the same thing. I do the same thing with these other guys. You know what I mean? And I've been having like a secret competition with the competition. And all week, even when we didn't win, I've scored more than the competition on YouTube, guys. So I let that speak for itself, and that's a fact. I'm on my phone and can't see the lineup. Please help. Poker face. Elaborate on that a little more. You want me to verbalize it so you can put it in? How you want me to help you get the lineup? I'll do whatever you need me to do for you to get this money tonight. I like how you still do these on weekend. I notice I win more on weekends. It's the opposite for me. Last weekend I struggled. I didn't do well on the weekend, and I feel like players always play like lacking on the weekend. It's like they're like, I just want to get off and go home, take my family out or something. I don't know. I feel like the weekend sucks for me, but I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. Shooting guards against Cleveland has killed all year, though. I guess. Randy Quarter, what's going on? Let's get this money. Let's go get this money. I agree. We got 9 minutes before lock. I just want to check on some injury stuff and make sure that there's nothing going on that I'm missing out on. Jason Smith starting. I think he's going to do better tonight than he did last night, but his ownership is going to be way high. We got him on the premium last night, guys. It's a good thing, man. We got Jason Smith on the premium last night. I thought his ownership was going to be up last night. I was kind of surprised, but I've been waiting for weeks. Prodigy, anything for you, man. You day one VIP. This is the lineup, and I'm gonna say it out loud. So if you can't see it on your phone, or you don't got your glasses on or whatever. I'm gonna blow it up a little bit. John Wall, Tony Allen, Will Barton, Jason Smith, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Kenneth Fareed, Chris Paul. One more time. John Wall, Tony Allen, Will Barton, Jason Smith, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Kenneth Fareed, Chris Paul. That's it. Fire. That's the fire. Um, Yo, man, you know which players are easily prone to injury? Just wondering. Yeah. Anthony Davis. Don't ever play him if you're worrying about injuries. Other than that, um, prone to injury. Yeah, Wesley Matthews. Hey, Lewis, I'm going with Conley, Barton, Butler, Ryan Anderson, Plumlee, Clay, Jason Smith. Ryan Anderson. Why Ryan Anderson? West Sider. You don't like Ariza better than Anderson? They like the same price, right? Let me see something. 40. Oh no. So for 4,500, you got to take Fareed, bro. Over Ryan Anderson, take Fareed, man. But it's your call. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm taking Fareed. Yeah, I like Fareed tonight. Love Fareed tonight. I got a little more thumbs up. Thank you guys for the good feedback. Appreciate the love. I love Fareed, West Sider. Love Fareed tonight. People are off Fareed because they thought that he was gonna have a better night the other night, but it was a blowout and he's kind of banged up, so they didn't put him back in. They gave Plumlee and Wancho a ton of run down the stretch in a blowout. Tonight is gonna be more competitive, and they're gonna realize that they need Fareed, and Fareed is gonna have 30 DK points plus tonight. I'm calling 30 plus for Fareed tonight, so that's how I like. That's what I feel like. Do I think he gets the minutes? Even if he doesn't, I like him. Look, he doesn't need minutes in this team. He played them before. He had like 22 minutes and he hit 30. I think he'll get 22 minutes tonight. I'm not really chasing this, but look at the rebound. He's gonna kill them. Fareed is the goal, man. Get Fareed in your lineup, please. Kemba and Plumlee or Gasol and Gobert. Gasol and Gobert, for sure. Um, yeah, Gasol and Gobert. You think Kawhi sit today? No. Why you think Kawhi sit? That's a good question. I don't think he sits. Do I hope he sits? Yes, because I don't have him. And anybody that I don't have, I hope they sit. But 10K Kawhi, I said the same thing the last time and he hit value. So you know what's gonna happen tonight? Greek Freak is gonna hit value and Kawhi is not. And then people are gonna be like, oh, I told you so. But guess what? It's 2 50-50. One night, one hits value, and the other night the other. They're both players that's too overpriced for my liking. So I'm gonna stay away from both of them. But they both good, and on any given night they can get it going. I think Kawhi has a better shot. If I had to pick between Kawhi and the Greek Freak, I would go Kawhi because as of late, Kawhi been taking over. He's been taking the most shots. He's taking like 20 shots a game, I think. And he can actually make them. He shoots better than the Greek Freak. Over 50, near 50%. 21, 24 shots a game. Let me see what the Greek Freak does that everybody likes. What's his name? Antetokounmpo. Oh, he has green next to his name, just like he did last night. So that's why everybody like him, right? So he's not taking as much shots as Kawhi. And for a guy his size, I would think he'll pull. Look, the guy don't live in the 40s. I was wrong. He lives in the 30s, guys. Why? Oh my goodness, you guys are crazy. The definition of insanity is the epitome of what people do with fantasy sport. The guy has 3 games in the 30s, back to back to back. So he's playing the Lakers, and you're right. He did have a better game than he normally does. He went from 30s to 46. He hit his ceiling last night, guys. And Antetokounmpo hit his ceiling last night. He got out the 30s. What a shame. I don't think he does. Hey, you think I should run Lou Will in my last spot? Lou Will is never a bad idea. Um, I wouldn't run a bench guy for that price. but it's the perfect matchup for him. And if it turns into a blowout either way, he'll get the garbage minutes and just run up his points. So I wouldn't say no, but it's not for me. But I don't think it's a bad pick at all. Yo, bro, what's up? I don't play any other I play football, but I'm not as good at it. So I'm not gonna come out here and tell people to follow me on football when I know I'm not that good at it. All right. So it's 3 minutes left. If you haven't gotten the updated lineup, the lineup is not the same from the video last night. So and when it's in about a minute, I'm gonna go back and show the lineup. But I'm trying to get into baseball. They said it's not that bad. So when the season's, and to be honest, I don't really need to be. Well, football is different. So I'm thinking with baseball, football is not an everyday sport. It's only once a week, so it's a little harder for me to get into the groove. But I think with baseball, all I need is 1 month for them to apply stats, right? And looking at stats and trends, I can predict a good baseball lineup. So I'll probably get into baseball and get into a groove. But once I start becoming successful, then I'll do it in my videos. Until I'm good at it, I'm not gonna lead you guys down the wrong path. I'm good at basketball. That's why I come in here and do this. But when I get good at baseball, I'll come on here and help you guys be good at it. All I need is numbers and trends, man. I'm good with trends. 6,100. I can't look at the price right now, EH. I'm being honest because I do it for you, man. I do it for you. You a day one guy. I want to help these guys get my lineup. So this is my lineup on the screen, guy. John Wall, Tony Allen, Will Barton, Jason Smith, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Kenneth Fareed, Chris Paul. 6,100 for a guard. I think Gary Harris will do well. George Hill is up and down. Lou Williams is okay if you believe in that. Pat Beverly, I think Pat Beverly does very well tonight, man. Don't sleep on Pat Beverly. He's due for one too. Pat Beverly is due for a breakout gamer. He hasn't been in the 30s in 4 games. He doesn't fit my system, but Denver is the type of opponent that you would think Pat Beverly can thrive in. What up, bro? Lineup looking strong, fam. I'm working, so you're helping me out big time. No time to really study today. Yes, you're right on Fareed. I'm taking Fareed over Anderson. Hope shot doesn't fall tonight. Fareed is the man. I can't wait for football. Thanks for the honesty. Yeah, and Aaron, I'm not gonna come on here to get likes and views and give you guys wrong information. Let me just make sure I'm not bugging either, yo. Because sometimes I get crazy and my lineup is not right. John Wall, Allen, Barton, Gobert. I'm good. I'm good. Um, yeah, I'm not into that. I don't do this for likes. I mean, I like the feedback because if I get too much thumbs down, I'm gonna stop doing this. You know what I mean? So that's why I ask for the feedback. I just want to make sure people like what I'm doing and I'm doing a good job. But I'm not on here trying to just get likes and attention. If I know I'm not good at a sport, I'm gonna leave it alone. I can feel a money shower coming. Good luck. Can you give a shout out to anyone? Can you give a shout out to anyone to help me with golf? Hey, Gerald Lease needs help with golf. I'm not going to say I hate it because a lot of people respect golf, but I like sports that require athleticism where you go out and you sweat and you compete and you get a good workout from it. Sports that I can play. All right. I see poker on ESPN. They think poker is a sport, guys. Personally, I don't think golf is a sport. I think golf is a strategic game. You need coordination and all that good stuff. But hey, I could be wrong. But I don't get into the DFS golf thing. I got entered into a free contest on DraftKings once as like a thank you reward or whatever. And I played it and I did well. I won like 50 cents because I studied numbers and I picked based on just numbers. But if you know your golf, can you help Gerald Lease, please? He needs help with golf. Somebody help Gerald with. Oh, you know what? Tim, there's a guy named Tim. He's good at golf. He told me he's good at golf. He comes in here from time to time. His name is Tim. Tim Hess is a golf guy. He says he wins quite a bit. So I'm gonna send him an email and let him know Gerald Lease needs help with that. Good luck, everybody. It's lock time. I'm about to put my league pass on. And I didn't even go to the casino yet. I probably run to the casino real quick, make some money. And I'll come on here at midnight. And you know how I'm going to start my video, right? I want to start by saying congratulations to everybody who played my lineup. Then I'm gonna go on the Fareed rant, why I told you should have played Fareed. I'm gonna get into that a little bit. Then I'm gonna look at the Greek Freak, and I'm gonna spend about 4 seconds on why you shouldn't have played him. And then I'm gonna do tomorrow's slate breakdown, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Let's get it, Riley. I'm out.